Picture this for a second. It's the end of the month. You got paid a few weeks ago. Your salary isn't terrible, maybe even pretty good. But somehow, your bank account is nearly empty again. You didn't buy anything crazy. No luxury watches. No vacations to Bali. Just normal stuff. A car payment. Eating out a few times a week. Subscriptions. Maybe a few Amazon orders. A nicer apartment because you deserve it. And you're sitting there thinking, how am I making this much money and still not getting ahead? If that thought has ever crossed your mind, you're not alone. And more importantly, there's a reason. Listen, this video helps viewers understand the $3,000 lifestyle trap that keeps most Americans broke. If you're someone who is stuck or stagnant about personal finance, make sure to hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up if this helps you out. Look, here's the thing. Most people believe the reason they're not building wealth is because they don't make enough money. But the uncomfortable truth, for millions of people, it's not an income problem. It's a lifestyle trap problem. And that trap usually costs about $3,000 a month. Now, before you say, that sounds extreme, let's break this down. Because once you see where this number comes from, you'll start recognizing it everywhere. First, let's talk about the modern American lifestyle. According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, the average American household spends more than $70,000 per year. That's nearly $6,000 per month. But here's what's interesting. A huge portion of that spending isn't survival. It's a lifestyle, convenience, status, comfort, and a lot of it adds up to around $3,000 per month expenses that feel normal, but quietly destroy wealth. Let me show you what that looks like. Start with the car. The average car payment in America is now over $700 per month. Add insurance, maybe another $200. Gas, about $150. Now, suddenly transportation alone is costing you around $1,050 per month. And look, I'm not anti-car. But here's what most people don't realize. The difference between driving a $25,000 car and a $50,000 car isn't just the price. It's the compounding opportunity cost. We'll come back to that. Next, food. The average American spends over $3,500 per year eating out, according to USDA estimates. That's nearly $300 per month. But if you include food delivery, coffee runs, quick lunches, and convenience meals, for many people it's closer to $600 or $700 per month. Now add subscriptions, streaming services, music platforms, fitness apps, cloud storage, random monthly memberships. Research from consumer finance platforms shows the average person spends about $200 to $300 per month on subscriptions. And most people can't even name half of them. Then there's housing upgrades. Maybe your rent could be $1,400, but you picked a nicer place for $1,900 because it has a gym, rooftop lounge, and better vibe. That extra $500 per month doesn't feel huge, but financially, it's enormous. Now let's add this up. Transportation, about $1,050 dining and convenience food, about $600 subscriptions, about $250 lifestyle housing upgrade, about $500. We're already at $2,400 per month. And we haven't even talked about shopping, gadgets, entertainment, or impulse purchases yet. Once you add those, most people are easily spending $3,000 per month on lifestyle, not survival. Lifestyle. Now here's what most people don't realize. The real cost of that $3,000 isn't $3,000. It's the future wealth that money could have created. Let's run a simple example. Imagine someone invests $3,000 per month instead of spending it at an average return of 8% per year. After 30 years, that grows to roughly $4.5 million. Let that sink in for a second. $4.5 million. This is where it gets really interesting, because nobody wakes up and says, I want to trade $4.5 million for food delivery and a nicer apartment. But that's essentially what the math says. Now, you might be thinking, okay, but life is meant to be enjoyed. And you're absolutely right. The goal isn't to live like a monk. The goal is to recognize the trade-offs. Because every dollar you spend has two possible futures. It can create temporary comfort today or long-term freedom tomorrow. And the most financially successful people understand this instinctively. Let's talk about psychology for a second. Why does this lifestyle trap happen so often? It comes down to something economists call lifestyle inflation. When your income increases, your spending increases right along with it. You get a raise, so you upgrade your apartment, then your car, then your vacations, then your daily habits. And suddenly your expenses grow at the same pace as your income, which means no matter how much more you earn, you still feel stuck. I once had a friend who experienced this perfectly. He got a promotion, and his income jumped from $60,000 to $90,000. A huge increase. But within a year, he upgraded his apartment, bought a new car, started traveling more, and increased his everyday spending. His savings barely changed. And he told me something that stuck with me. I feel richer, but I'm not actually wealthier. That's the lifestyle trap in one sentence. Now here's the good news. Escaping this trap doesn't require extreme sacrifice. It requires intentional design. Let me give you 3 practical steps. First, calculate your lifestyle number. How much of your spending is survival? And how much is lifestyle? Housing, food, transportation basics. That's survival. Everything else? Lifestyle. Most people are shocked when they see the real number. Second, redirect just 20% of lifestyle spending into investments. If someone spends $3,000 per month on lifestyle, redirecting just $600 into investments can change everything. At 8% over 30 years, that's about $900,000. Not from working harder, just from slightly adjusting habits. Third, build what I call intentional luxuries. Instead of spending money randomly, choose the things that actually bring you joy. Maybe travel matters to you. Great, spend time there. But maybe you don't actually care about driving a luxury car. So downgrade that. Intentional spending creates happiness. Mindless spending creates financial stress. And here's the deeper truth. Wealth isn't built through one big financial decision. It's built through thousands of tiny decisions about how you live your everyday life. Your morning coffee, your car, your rent, your subscriptions, your habits. These choices quietly shape your financial future. So, the next time you hear someone say, "I just need to make more money to get ahead," remember this. Income helps, but lifestyle discipline is what actually builds wealth. Because the difference between someone who stays broke and someone who builds financial freedom, it is often just a few $1,000s of lifestyle choices every month. So here's a question for you. If you looked at your spending right now, how close are you to that $3,000 lifestyle trap? And what's one expense you could redirect toward building your future instead? Drop it in the comments. If this video helped you rethink how everyday spending shapes your financial life, make sure to hit subscribe and give this video a thumbs up. Because on this channel we talk about the psychology of money, smart investing strategies, and the habits that actually lead to long-term wealth. And trust me, your future self will be incredibly grateful for the financial decisions you start making today.